Everybody, welcome to Out Loud with your girl Claudia Jordan. Now it's Wind Down Wednesday. We're celebrating with some talented guests from some of the hottest movies and TV shows this season. Beautiful, beautiful people, I tell you. Okay, now we are joined by Jill Marie Jones, my girl, Maahra Hill, and Saycon Sengbloh from the new drama series Delilah. Now they're going to give us some insight on this exciting new show, which debuts on the OWN network on March 9th. And later on the show, we're catching up with one of the busiest actors in Hollywood. And I said, I not mean this with all due respect, one of the prettiest, most handsome, we'll say that, actor Christian Keys is coming up in the second half. Please welcome Jill Marie Jones, Maahra Hill, and Saycon Sengbloh. Hello, ladies, beautiful ladies.
Hi.
Hi.
So full disclosure, before the show started, we were just kind of chatting, girl talk, and about the meaning of our names. And I'll go last because I mentioned before, mine is the wackest. Jill, you just found out what your name meant tonight.
Child of God. Yeah, like child of the gods. Yeah, I'll receive that. I'll take that.
And Maahra,
youthful too, right, Jill? It
was youthful as well. Youthful.
That's so true. All of that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't looked it up technically. I guess I could do that too. But my mom, I'm going with my mom's, and she said rising sun. So.
Rising sun, very nice, so pretty. Saycon, what do you have?
I have a Liberian name. Shout out to the Liberians. They can argue in the chat. I've been told it means mother teacher, and I've also been told it means nobody owns me or sovereign. So we'll see what people say, but that's what I've been told.
That's so beautiful. You all have these amazing names with so much positive meaning and so much worth and value. Youthful, child of God, rising sun, mother teacher, victorious one, all things amazing. Jill, what you looked mine up. What was mine again? What did you see? Mine?
No, it said great friend, known for like over 20 years, beautiful woman, respect, all those beautiful words.
Saycon, Maahra, what'd the book say? What'd the book say?
Oh, mine said a haven. That's what I found.
Y'all being nice. It said lame.
I don't receive that.
Don't receive it.
That's right.
I don't receive that.
That's not true.
I'm gonna call my mother, whose name is Teresa, Mother Teresa, after this show. We're gonna have a little talk. And get to the bottom of this. But okay, I'm low-key jealous. You all have beautiful meetings for beautiful women. So let's just get into this. How are you ladies celebrating Women's History Month? Are you doing anything? I know, Jill, you're very active on social media. It is Women's History Month. Anything special in particular?
Okay, well, first of all, this day, well, that day on the 8th of March is very special to me because my hero's birthday is on that day, which is my mother. So for me, it's incredible. Like I celebrate women, but also too, I'm celebrating my mother. That's her birthday. And my mother was a federal investigator for 40 years. She's retired now. And she literally started getting faxes, and then getting being in Washington, D.C., getting awards twice from the Secretary of Labor. Like, so she literally started at the bottom. Now we're here. You know what I mean? And she's my hero. She's my soulmate. She's my everything, my best friend, all that. So that is what that means for me.
And she gave you a good name with good meaning. Yes, I'm jealous. Maahra, how about you? Anything? Women's History Month? That was beautiful, Jill.
No, I don't do that. Like I read something on February 28th that was like Black History Life. You know what I mean? Like, and so I feel the same way. Like, this month that we want to take. I mean, I guess, you can pick a moment in time to recognize something in particular, but some things need to get recognized on a regular basis. So I'm upholding and acknowledging women on a regular basis. I think that we are absolutely amazing. So one month ain't enough.
There you go. Saycon, how about you? Anything?
I agree with Maahra. I'm celebrating women every day, and I'm absolutely celebrating these fabulous women that are in this show. I'm so proud to be a part of this show, that we're here to talk about Delilah. The fact that Delilah is about Black women. The fact that we get to see these Black female lawyers dueling, being friends, raising children, just dealing with life is so powerful to me. And I think that just being able to celebrate ourselves every day for all the whatever it took for y'all to get it together to sit here in front of this camera right now for this interview.
Mhm.
Yeah, we celebrating women, absolutely, absolutely. And I want to say a special shout out for my ancestor, my great grandmother. My cousin posted a picture of her today, and I just I broke down crying because I was just so thankful. Like she's like an angel watching me. So we celebrate all the women in our lives. And my mom, hey mom.
Speaking of celebrating women, they're celebrating you ladies in the chat room of the Foxhole YouTube page. Brandy says tonight's going to be a great episode. Collective says, I'm here for Jill Marie Jones. CM Williams says, woo, the dimes are on the show tonight. Kelly says, I can't wait to see the show. And Brian says, so Jill, you just ain't going to age? You just ain't going to age. That's what it is.
Her name is youthful. Her name is all in
means youthful, right?
I mean,
but listen, Claudia, like we come from the same. We've been around. Are you gonna age, Claudia?
Well, you and I both are about 75 years old, and we still are holding it down, right?
We're holding it down.
We try. So I want everybody to get to know you all a little bit more and get to know a little bit more about you ladies. Maahra, you were born in Ohio and lived in various U.S. cities. But you traveled back. Oh, how little kitty pie. You traveled back and forth to India with your mom growing up. Tell us about that experience. And I gotta just say real quick, I have this thing about India I love since I was a little kid. I love the food. I love the teak wood, the wood, the designs. I just imagine to be such a beautiful place. So how was that?
So yes, I was born in Cleveland, Ohio. And from there I was in Atlanta and there New York. And I traveled from Atlanta to New York with my mom. And she went on the spiritual journey. And that's what brought us to India. So I lived like in an ashram and the whole thing. From like 8 to 9, I was back and forth between India and New York. Wow. So my experience was a little bit different. You know what I mean? I absolutely feel the way that you do now as an adult. I want to go back. I want to experience all that it has to offer right now. I love Indian food. I love, I have a spiritual point of view that has an Eastern influence for sure. But at the time I was like, where's McDonald's? I mean,
but you're not going to get over there as a burger, right?
You're not going to get a burger. The cows are sacred.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. And Jill, you're known for your acting. Everybody loves all of your work. But people may not know that you were a dancer with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. What was that like for you?
Everything.
Hey, Jill.
I'm like,
come through.
Everything.
Barbie.
Oh my God. Oh, I didn't see that photo at first. Okay.
Yeah. You with the photo.
I didn't see that at first. Okay. So it was everything to me. And also too, like Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. First of all, I'm a proud Texan. I love Dallas. But also too, people don't talk about the Dallas Maverick dancers. I was also too a Dallas Maverick dancer.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So I did both. But yeah, I'm like, I used to always say, if you cut me, I'd bleed blue because I'm Texas true and true. That's what I used to always say. But yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a huge part of my growing up experience because I always say that travel is such an education. And that was the first time I left the country is with the organization of Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. So, and I'm like going to Egypt, I'm going to Israel, I'm going to, Korea, I'm going all these, like, Germany, I'm going to all these amazing places. And if you only know your backyard, and nothing's wrong with that, but if that's all you know, that's kind of where your mind is. But when you travel, you see like, oh my God, I could do this, I could do that. It just kind of expands your mind. And that's what happened to me. Thankfully, at 18 years old, I was able to see the world.
We have a comment from Rodney, a question actually. He asked Jill, do you still keep in touch? He wants to know if you keep in touch with any of the cheerleaders still.
I do. Facebook is a beautiful thing.
Okay, good. Very nice. That's good to know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Mika says, Saycon, I love that bob. And Latasha says, Maahra's childhood picture was so cute. I love a good throwback, so I'm so glad we can get those photos. Now,
her response was everything.
It really was.
I was like, wow.
Now, Saycon, you've been killing it on Broadway for years, and you were nominated for a Tony in 2016 for the play Eclipse. Do you miss performing on stage since Broadway is still shut down? And
Broadway,
you want to go back? I mean, that's got to be an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. I spent a lot of time doing a lot of wonderful shows on Broadway, including Motown the Musical, which Charles Randolph Wright directed. I send so much prayers and love to those actors, musicians, stagehands, all the people who work on and around Broadway who are unemployed right now, who are waiting for, our country to come back, for the world to come back to how it's supposed to be, so that we can all go and experience live theater again. Like, there's so many shows, not just shows that I was in, but shows I was had myself ready to see the Tina Turner show. I was like, I told my mom, we're going to see Tina Turner, and then they shut everything down, so God bless everybody who has not been able to perform live. I'm so thankful to be able to be doing television at this time. It's such a blessing, like, to be, even as hard as it was with us working with having to do the masks and the different things, we had so much safety that we had to adhere to on set. I'm so thankful to have this chance to be working when a lot of our performers that perform live are unemployed right now.
Well, we're really glad to be able to see you all, just share your gifts with us, because we're glad to see it. I love seeing you beautiful Black women working and putting out this fantastic content. Jill, you've been really busy during the pandemic working on Delilah and Own for you all for the show, and Monogamy, and just really busy. Let's take a look at you and your co-star hanging out on set.
So we are filming season 3 of Monogamy. Now, in the show, y'all know Caroline, from what y'all know, don't really like her. But in real life, this is one of my favorite people ever. Like, literally.
How hard is it to work with the safety measures in place? I saw some pictures on Instagram of soap opera actors they were kissing a mannequin.
A mannequin, yeah.
It was hilarious.
I saw that too. And I was just like, wow, that's interesting. You know what? And Maahra she knows this. It was hard for me at first, because Delilah was the first time I had seen anybody since March 2020. You know what I mean? Like, if I haven't seen, and by the way, like, we text or whatever, I hadn't seen a friend. If I haven't seen you on Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, I haven't seen a friend. And my love language is human touch, like, so it's not the easiest thing, but Delilah was the first time I was around a lot of people. So Monogamy, which is where I am right now, I'm Albuquerque. I'm shooting season 3 of Monogamy. So it's been easier because of Delilah. But what I will say is Warner Brothers and Own and Harpo, like, it was so good for me that be my first jump in, because every T was crossed, every, I was dotted or whatever. So it made, for someone like me that was a little nervous, not a little nervous, a lot of nervous, it made it so much better for me. But I'll be honest, I was nervous to, like, be around that many people with what's going on in the world, for sure. But here, like, we have a great team as well, but I'm saying I had Delilah to jump off of.
Delilah helped you get back in. Okay, we're gonna.
Like, I feel more confident, and, like, I'm not as scared, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right. Well, that makes sense. I'm here with Jill Marie Jones, Maahra Hill, and Saycon Sengbloh, who are starring in the new drama Delilah on Own. Ladies, what's it like to be part of a cast that features Black women as the lead cast. I mean, we've had that before, but kind of went away for a while, and it's good to see it starting to come back. What's it feel like?
Well, it feels really good. I feel like, you know, we're on like this, you know, like you said, it's starting to come back. You know what I mean? I think for the last probably 3 to 5 years, we've seen more of that, and to kind of be able to ride that wave is I think really important. I think the images that we put out in the world about who we are and representing ourselves in a way that's true to who we are is really important. So I think that's one of the things that the show does really well. It kind of has this foundation of reality and authenticity about the African-American female experience. How, you know, how many balls we juggle at one time, how much of a balancing act it is to incorporate your work life with your family and your friendships and your love life, and how we, you know, appear to do that all with ease, but it's not always the case. So, you know, just to be able to present an image that is more true to who we are, you know, is quite the honor.
I like that you mentioned the fact that, you know, with Black women, you know, juggling so many things and trying to, you know, make it seem so easy. Saycon, when you're not on stage or on screen, you serve as a board member on the Monrovia Football Academy in Liberia, which is amazing in its own. So how'd you get involved with that?
Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud. The lead Monrovia Football Academy it's one of my heart's joys to help these students. These are young students they're in a full academic environment, and then they're also training and learning soccer. And the thing about it is soccer and the game of soccer is not whether they become soccer players in life, who knows, but they are learning leadership skills, they're getting life skills, they're getting so much. And it was a joy to go to Liberia and meet the students and visit the campus. And it was just one of my favorite things ever. And I love just talking about them and hearing about everything. There's a new campus that was built, and the kids are now living on campus, and it's expanding. So many new things happen. I can't talk about everything, but a lot of new things happening with the school for sure.
Well, the way your face lit up, I could tell you're really into it.
Yeah, I really do.
Now, Julie, you were part of the classic comedy Girlfriends, where people are constantly asking and wondering if there will be a reboot. When you were doing that, did you realize it was going to be such a huge hit and such a fan favorite? I mean, did it feel like it was just this great big thing at the time, or were you just going to work?
No, not at all. It's we were like in a bubble. And we've had this conversation because we communicate. We have a text thread that's really funny, but all of us girls. But you know, like what I love so much is that there are people who had worked more than I had worked, because this is my third audition in town. But we just wanted to do a good show. We just wanted to like put out good work. But we were in a bubble. It wasn't until I got on a plane and went someplace else after we had been on air that I actually felt like, oh my God, somebody recognizes me. Because in LA, it's like you can go to like a restaurant and like Brad Pitt is over there. It's like I'm like a small fish in a very big ocean, you know? So like you don't feel it in Los Angeles like that, you know? But just I'm so appreciative of that time in my life. And I still breathe that air, because, you know, who knows, we might do a movie. All the girls want it. And we've always wanted it. So we'll see what happens. But it was such a special time in my life. And I always call it the University of Girlfriends, because I learned so much.
So is that a thing right now? Is that something that's is that being talked about, the movie, or is that something you like?
Oh, it's always being talked about.
Is it in the works?
It's always in the works.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, it's always like the girls, like we want it. It just has to make sense, though. You know what I mean?
We all want that too.
We're here for it, right?
We want that too. Okay. Well, we will have you back when that announcement is made, because we are here for that. We want that. Saycon, you're starring in the Aretha Franklin biopic, Respect. Tell us about your role in that movie.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Okay.
What it means to me. Yes, look at Miss Jennifer Hudson. Oh my goodness, y'all. We shot this wonderful movie and we had to hold it off a little bit because of the whole COVID situation, but it is coming this fall. And I'm so excited for y'all to see these gowns, hear this music, see these scenes, see Jennifer Hudson and Marlon Wayans going at it, doing the couples thing. Like, just it was a good time. It was a lot of fun, and it was the last project that I did right before everything shut down. And so I mean, literally we wrapped, and then I think maybe 2 weeks later everything was like, you know. So I'm so proud of that movie. I cannot wait. Jennifer Hudson is a gift. And I always say that when people are, what is it like to be around Jennifer? And just to be around her and see what she was, just see everything that she was managing, in addition to singing live on set, us learning all this choreography. Just, you know, I cannot wait for people to see this movie. It's going to be so good.
You ladies are popping. I just want to say that. Yeah, you are. Maahra, you are now starring in the key role of Delilah in the new drama where Oprah Winfrey is the executive producer. Tell us about the moment you received that call.
Okay, I was driving down the street. I was going to Target, actually. My manager called me and he's like, Maahra, what are you doing? Are you driving? Because I guess you can hear my Bluetooth on my car. Sounds weird. And I was like, yeah, you know, but we had been in talks hearing, I mean, I'd gotten through a certain part of the process. And he's like, well, I want you to pull over. So when he said that, I was like, oh, what you about to say? I pulled over. My daughter was in the car, so it was really special. And he said, hold on, let me get, this other person on the line who was a part of it. And he said, well, Delilah, blah, blah, blah. And my daughter opened the door, jumped out the car, started screaming. I was like, ah! In the car. And he was like, yes, and da-da-da. Just, I don't know what they said. After that, it was a blur. I was screaming, she was screaming, and I drove over to Target and I walked in there with a whole new step in my
Isn't that
I'm gonna get that? I'm so happy.
the best feeling in the world when you get that phone call after all those no's and on avails and on holds and close calls and maybe it went to the other girl and then you finally get it. I can't wait to see this. Let's take a look at the trailer for Delilah.
Ooh. Got myself into trouble. I need your help.
Dave, we've made it 20 years without going up against each other in court.
See through all your lies.
Let's not do it now.
You're watching me.
Promise you won't take her case. Dave, please, for both of us. Let it go.
I am excited for this. I see some other familiar faces. Jill, LaMonica Garrett is in it as well.
That's us. That's old school LA.
That's our crew way back 20, what was that, about 15, 20 years ago?
Over 20.
1999.
Before girlfriends.
Yeah. Wow. That, you know what? He's a really good human being, a great person. I just want to say that, and kudos to him as well. I'm really, really proud. I remember he was kind of just not knowing what he wanted to do, took an acting class, and it just took off for him. And I was so proud seeing you all posting pictures about, this project. So without telling us, giving it all away, will there be some unexpected twists and turns this season? What little tidbits can you give us?
Oh, my G's balls. I mean, well, yeah. The answer is yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, Maahra, is there something I'm so bad at like trying to not tell the things?
Okay, that's not a fair question.
No spoilers. I'll say. I mean, Saycon brings quite a few twists and turns.
Yes.
She is the twister and the turner of a lot of things.
That is very true.
Yeah.
What do you think the viewers will like the most about the show, Delilah?
What I hope that they will, well, it's just genuine and authentic. Yeah. like the show is about family, it's about friendship, and it's about law. But I'll be honest, I'm someone who just really likes to just jump in to deep waters, murky waters. I tend to like the dark side of stuff as an actor. And this season, Delilah and Tamara, they've been friends since junior high school. And I'm sure they've like had some bumps along the way, right? But because that's life, but never like this. They've never come up against each other in court, like in that way. And it was exciting for me to try to figure out, how do we navigate through these murky waters? Because she's beyond really a friend. Like she's like a sister at, you know, I've known her the majority of my life. So I'm just so excited, I have to say, for just people to see our hard work and efforts, because everybody showed up to show out. Wow. And I'm just really excited for everybody to see.
Well, I'm super excited. I'm so happy for you all. It was great talking to you all. I want to thank Jill Marie Jones, Maahra Hill, and Saycon Sengbloh for joining me. Be sure to check out Delilah on Tuesday, March 9th on OWN. We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to catch up with actor and activist Christian Keys. Stay tuned. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too.